So I went ahead and made the screen layer again. But like I said, you don't really need to use layers that much unless you need to. But we'll just go ahead and use it for the screen. So I'm going to make a rectangle, 280 by 196 pixels. We're going to color it this yellowish color. Well, that was a stroke. So basically, we're just going to add a rectangle, and using the technique that we've been using, just let's see, Control C, Control F, and then shrink it down. And we'll go ahead and change that smaller rectangle to this one right here. So we can even make this a little larger. Good enough. Delete our spacer. I'm not concerned at this point for perfection. But we could just as easily select our inner shape and go to Object, Path, offset our path, turn on our preview, and we could offset it by, let's say, 2 pixels. Let's give it a little bit more, 4. And we'll do 5 or 6. Yeah, let's do 6. Give the offset that brownish color, and that gives you this result. And then group those two shapes. I think is a better way of doing it than just grouping and making 2 separate ones. But moving on, step 2, we're going to create this ellipse or circle, 64 by 64. Go ahead and center it horizontally, and it's going to be 20 pixels from the bottom. And we'll go ahead and change the color code. Just a minute. Alright, so good enough, and we'll change the color code to this orange. And there we go. So that's step 2. We'll go ahead and do one more step, and we're going to draw in that shape. Similar to what we had before. So I'll just make sure nothing's selected, grab my pen tool, and just try to mimic this shape. Now this needs to be behind the blue, the brown rectangle, so I'll just push it to the back one step. Actually, push it to the front, and I'll just make sure to move these anchor points to the right. Mainly just this one that I didn't align properly. Now, since the pixel grid is not letting me align it, and I have aligned to pixel, we'll just go ahead and cheat a little bit. So I'll just make a a long rectangle in color brown. And same issue, since we have pixel align to pixel on. So I'm just going to go and turn that off, snap to grid rather, and go do my edits. Now that lets me align it better to the edges by turning snap to pixel. And now that I have that shape, I can go back to view and turn back on snap to pixel. So that's step 3. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, continue step 4 in the next video.